All right, good. So I want to welcome everybody officially to our Use It or Lose It webinar. I hope you enjoy the name. My husband actually helped me come up with this name, and I thought this is so good. This is something that I'm sure you say often. I say it often too. So we are here to use it, use our muscles to come up with some new ideas to stay active. And it is so important to do this as a community. I love bringing people together. So I'm so happy that you're here live, or maybe you're watching the replay a little bit later. So thank you so much for being here. So we're going to get started with a 20-minute workout. And this is going to be for every level. So I am going to give you options. I know some of you have been exercising with me for a long time. You could probably lead the class by now. And then some of you are maybe just getting into your fitness routine again. So wherever you're at with your fitness abilities, I'm going to give you lots of options so you can really exercise at your own pace. All right. Awesome. So I encourage you to stand up. We are going to use the chair a little bit later, but we'll move that chair back so that way you can feel comfortable to hold on to it, because we will be doing some balance exercises today. And then I'm going to make sure I highlight myself so you see me and not all little boxes, because I want to make sure you can see me. All right. There we go. So give me a wave if you can see me filling your screen. Yeah, awesome. Good. If you can't, just go to the top of your screen, the top right view, and then click on speaker view. Then you should be able to see me fill up your screen. All right. Oh, I did have Finley here, and he left his spot. You all know Fit Finley. Here he is. He's going to exercise with us. He's here for motivation. Here you go, buddy. All right. Very good. All right, we got a few more people joining in. So if I move to come to the screen, don't worry, you don't need to move up to the top. I'm just letting them in. All right. All right, so welcome everybody. So we're going to get started with our warm up. So I encourage you to stand, give yourself a little bit of space behind you. You don't need lots of space. Have that chair close by just in case you need to hold on. And we're going to start with a side step. So stepping one way and then the other way, swinging those arms. Now, if balance is a challenge for you, you can do all of our exercises right beside a chair. You can place your chair right in front of you or to the side like I'm doing. So it's important to warm up our body as we get started. And when we do these movements, it helps to prevent injury. Oftentimes, if we just go right into a quick workout, lifting weights or resistance bands, it is more possible to injure ourselves if we haven't started with the warm-up. All right. So as we do this, I encourage you to take a few deep breaths. So breathing in, breathing out, and bring those shoulders back. So really imagine you're having to puff up your chest to stand a bit straighter. Good. All right, keep going, everybody. And have a look. See how you're looking. Looking good. Awesome work. Now from here, we're going to continue with our side step, and let's add a figure eight. Figure eight those arms side to side. Now, if you have any shoulder injuries, I encourage you today to keep your arms lower than your shoulders. Or at this point, if your shoulders are just fine, you can make those circles a little bit bigger, lifting up. So I do encourage you to listen to your body. Do what you can today. Remember, it's not a competition. That's good news, right? Good news. All right, let's do another 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Now from here, we're going to be doing a toe tap. So tapping those toes. Option 1, holding on to that chair for balance. Standing nice and tall. Option 2, adding the arms. We're going to be doing opposite arm, opposite leg. There you go. That's our first challenge of the morning. Can you do the opposites? This makes you think. Now, once again, we want to keep our shoulders back, chin lifted so that we can breathe a little easier. All right, excellent. And I encourage you, as we're just getting started now, notice how you're feeling. So maybe you're feeling a little tired, if you have a few aches and pains, maybe you're not quite sure what to expect. Just notice how you're feeling right now, and then in 20 minutes later, I'm going to ask you again. Let's do another 3, and 2, and 1. All right, very good. Now from here, let's move to a march. We're going to march on the spot. You can keep your feet close to the floor, or you can lift your knees a little higher. Remember, we've got that chair. So option 1, holding on. Option 2, pumping those arms at your side. All right, now at this point, you might notice your heart rate going up a little bit, so make sure you keep breathing. Good. I'm sure many of you have seen Fit Finley in my videos, and he is now 9 years old. So he joined my family when he was 6 weeks old as a tiny little pup, and he has been exercising, or we could say sleeping, while I exercise for all of his life. So this is normal. He hears me talk and he's like, okay, it's time to rest. So I hope you enjoy seeing him. Yeah, he's sweet. He's a cutie. All right, awesome. Now from here, we're going to lift those knees a little bit higher. Option 1 is lifting your knees and tapping with one hand. So alternating legs, lifting your knees a little bit higher. Option 2 is to reach right across. So this one is challenging the balance. We're working our core as we reach across and challenging our balance a bit here. All right, so again, remember, you can use that chair. Follow, listen to your body, do what you can today. So as we go, we're going to breathe in and breathe out. Now, I'm going to give lots of options if you have osteoporosis as well. If you do have osteoporosis or your back bothers you, then look straight ahead, no twisting from your waist. And otherwise, the other option is to add a little bit more of a twist. So reaching that arm to that knee, and then reaching your arm back. Breathing in and out. Another 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, all right, facing the chair. One more to warm up. We're going to be doing some tap backs. So tap the toe back behind you. Keep that leg nice and straight. We're working the back of the legs, especially the glutes, as we tap behind. Now for this one, sometimes we want to lean over, straighten up. Really, this is a movement coming from the hips. If you've had a hip or knee replacement, this one will be really good for you because it helps to strengthen up the muscles in the glutes, which help support our hips. All right, so we're tapping back. Option 1 is holding on as I'm doing. Option 2, adding the arm. Challenge you, reach with the opposite arm. So right arm, left leg, and switch. All right, looking good. Let's do another 5, and 4, and 3. 2 more, and 1. Very good. All right, so let's move to our upper body. Let's place our hands right on your shoulders. We're going to do some arm circles. Circle those arms backwards. Elbows are lifting nice and high. And at any point, if you do want to sit down, you can. So at this point, if you do want to have a seat, you want to rest, then you can follow along. Just make sure you're sitting on the edge of your chair so you have lots of space. Let's change directions. Go the other way. And it's normal to hear some cracking. You might hear some sound effects, either coming from me or maybe that's you. That is normal. And this is an important one for mobility, to be able to move our shoulders. Things like getting dressed in the morning, putting on coats, reaching for groceries on the top shelf. All those things require mobility, good mobility in our shoulders and arms. All right, let's do another 2. And 1. Now let's bring those elbows all the way back and then bring your elbows in together. Now they don't have to touch, but bring them in as close as you can. So we're thinking about squeezing your shoulder blades back and then bringing those elbows in. So this is a nice stretch for the back and for the chest. Good. All right, keep going. I want to see how we're looking. All right, looks good. Excellent. I love it. Oh, and I see a few Aim Fit shirts. Very nice. All right. Let's do another 3. And 2. And 1. All right. Now this next exercise I have for you is a chest opener, which really is quite amazing. Now, this one is almost like a magic trick. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with one arm right in front. So your arm is nice and straight. Give me a thumbs up. And we're going to take that arm as far to the side as you can go. And as you go, look towards that thumb. And I want you to keep going. Now, for some of you, you may have to pause. It may hurt, or you may have limited mobility. So pause when you're as far as you can go. Some of you might be able to go behind you. Look over that shoulder and notice where exactly on your wall is your thumb stopping at. Where is it at? So have a look. Notice that, and then bring that arm back in. Nice and slow, nice and straight. Okay, we're going to lower the arm, and what we're going to do now is we're going to open up that chest. We're going to start with some nice gentle massage. So right where your shoulder blade is, come on in, and you'll feel kind of some the muscle right there. I want you to start by massaging that arm, that shoulder, that chest area. And then change directions. We're going to go the other way. Good. For another 3, 2, and 1. All right, that same arm that we just worked, flap that wing. Elbow up and lower. All right. And then like we did earlier, we're going to do a few circles backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to do this test again. So once again, give me a thumbs up, arm straight, and let's take that arm, that hand, that thumb all the way out to the side and as far back as you can go. Follow it with your eyes and just notice if you're able to go further. Can you go a little bit further past what you did last time? Hold it there, notice, and then slowly bring that arm back to the front. Amazing. All right, give me a wave if you could go further than the first time. Amazing. Oh my gosh, I could too, about this much further. So let's do the other side. Let's do the same thing. Give me a thumbs up on the other arm. Follow that thumb with your eyes. Going out to the side, as far back as you can without pushing, without straining. Okay, I can't go quite as far on this side. You might notice that too. And notice where on the wall your thumb lines up with. Bring that arm back in slowly. Good. And then lower that arm with the other hand. Let's do that massage. So massaging right between shoulder and neck. All right, so circling around one way. Good. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And change direction, circling the other way. This feels good. Often we're really tight in our chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that arm. This side, let's flap that wing. Lift your elbow high and lower down. Good. Keep going. Very good. Let's circle back. Do some circles. Lift that elbow high for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And change directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's do our retest. Thumb in front. Open up that chest. Follow your thumb with your eyes. And here we go. Notice if you can go any further this time without straining. All right, hold it there. Notice. And then slowly bring that arm back to the front. All right, lower that arm. All right, give me a wave if you were able to go a bit further on that side. Amazing. So I call this the magic trick. But really what we're doing is we're loosening up those tight muscles, and that helps to improve mobility. So it's quite amazing. I encourage you to try this one and do it regularly, especially if you find that you are tight in your chest, which most of us are. All right, from here, we're going to move to the chair. So let's have a seat. Have a seat. If you've got some water, feel free to have a sip of water on our way to the chair. All right, excellent. So we're going to bring those arms out to the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to be lifting one knee at a time. So we're focusing on some core exercises next. So lift the knee and reach for that opposite knee. Now, if you have osteoporosis, make sure you're facing the front of the room. If your back bothers you, you can even do this one right against the chair, okay, if you have any back pain. And then the other option is to bring your elbow towards the knee. So if you don't have osteoporosis, your back is just fine, then you can challenge yourself by bringing your elbow in. Okay, so choose your options. As you do this one, we want to think about tightening up our core. Now, having a strong core leads to better balance. It can help to reduce back pain. It can help us to stand straighter. And things like getting out of a chair, that can become a lot easier. Let's do another 3, and 2, and 1. All right, excellent, that's great. Bring your arms right across. One more core exercise. We're gonna walk your feet away from you, sitting up nice and tall near the edge or middle of your chair. And then I want you to lean backwards. Don't quite touch the back of the chair. So we're going to breathe in, lean back, tightening up the core, come forwards. Breathing in, not quite touching. You'll feel your stomach tightening up as we lean back. Now for the breathing, we want to breathe in as we go back. Breathe out, come forwards. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, breathe in and out. Let's do another 3. Now this is one of my favorites that you can fit in while you're watching TV. You can do this one really well on a couch. All right, one more time. Good, and circle those shoulders backwards. Great job. All right, so notice how you're feeling. I'm definitely a little bit warmer. You might be as well. All right, from here, I'm going to show you an exercise to stretch the back of the legs. Let's start by lengthening one leg. Make sure your leg is completely straight, and then point your toe up towards the ceiling. So this is another one that can really help improve your mobility and your flexibility and reduce any tightness in the back of your legs. So what I want us to do is we're going to place one hand on the bent knee. With the other arm, I want you to lean and stretch as far as you can and see how close you can come to your toes. If you have osteoporosis or a bad back, hinge from the hips. Keep your back straight. Okay, try not to round. and hold it here. Notice how far you can go. All right, I can see where I am. We're gonna do 10 times. Bring that arm back and then lean and stretch towards that toe. Now we're warming up that muscle, the back of the leg, our hamstring down to the calf. And if any of you, give me a wave if you relate, if any of you ever wake up at night and have cramps in your legs, this is one to do. It means your legs are tight. You need to stretch out those muscles. All right, let's do another 5. As you go, you may be able to reach a little further. Let's do another 4. And 3. Good, let's do 2 more. And 1. So as you reach this time, lean and reach and just notice if you can go further than the first time. Hold it there for 3, 2, 1, and come on up. All right, give me a wave. Were you able to reach a bit further on that side? Amazing. So this is the morning of miracles, we'll say. Let's do the other leg. We all have one stronger, one more flexible side, so we'll compare. Let's lean over. This side is I'm more flexible on, you'll notice. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Notice how far you can go, and then come on up. Bring that arm and shoulder back for posture. So lean and reach. Breathing in, breathing out. 10 times. This is 3. And 4. So this is a great stretch to do in the morning. So when you wake up first thing, often we are tight. And you can also do this one before bed, especially as I mentioned, if you do have cramps and it bothers you. And then another time to do this is before and after a walk. So if you are going out for a walk, often the back of our legs can get tight. We don't stretch. All right, let's do 2 more here. Lean and reach. 1 more time, and then we're gonna hold it here. So go as far as you can. Just notice if you're going any further than when you started, and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and rise on up. All right, give me a wave. Could you go further on that side? Awesome, awesome work. So it's interesting to see which side you're more flexible on. So I know for me, it's my right side. I can reach further. So it's good to notice that. And then you can even next time on your own, do 5 extra on the side that's tighter. All right, so we're almost done. I've got 2 more exercises for you. So I encourage you to stand up. I'm going to stand behind the chair and I'm going to do just a few more, a balance exercise and a leg strength exercise. All right. Good. All right, so what we're going to do for leg strength is we're going to bring those feet together. You can hold on to that chair for balance. We're going to be doing our heel raise exercise, and then we're going to be kicking in front with both legs. All right, so heel raise, lifting those heels, and then add a kick. So option 1 is holding on for balance. You can do this facing the chair if you'd like, kicking and heel raise. For those of you who've been with me for a while, your balance is pretty good. You can do this without holding on. All right, so your choice. Heel raise, kick, and kick. All right, as we do this, watch that posture again, standing tall, breathing in and out. And your kick can be low. It doesn't have to be too high. All right, let's continue. Now, doing the heel raise exercise can really help with walking. So if you are spending time maybe going for hikes, maybe you have an upcoming trip, you know you're going to do lots of walking, that this one can really help improve your strength. All right, 3 more here. Good, and 2. Great, and 1 more time. All right, very good. So I've got 1 more for you. One more person is joining us. One more exercise. We're going to work on our balance. All right, some of you will know this one as the bird dog. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by tapping your toe back like we started with, reaching with the opposite arm. So this is option one, to hold this position. I like to hold lightly on top of the chair. You can hold on with both hands if you'd like, but I encourage you to hold this position, tighten your core. So option one is this. Option two is to lengthen that leg, lift it behind you. And then option three, watch things behind you, is to hinge forwards. Keep a long spine. Lift your leg, lift your arm a little higher. All right, so we're going to lower that side. We're going to switch to the other side, choosing that option. So option one, toes on the floor, reaching with the other arm. Option two, lifting. Option three, both arms lifting, maybe lifting the leg a little bit higher. Okay, so choose your option and then let's lower. So we're going to do it 2 more times per side, holding it a little bit longer. Switching legs. Good, finding that option. Even hovering your hand right above the chair can be good. Looking straight ahead, finding a focal point, tightening up your core. Let's hold it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Good, lengthen that leg. Reaching that arm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's release. 1 more time per side. Lengthen that leg, reaching that arm. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 more time. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, good job. Let's march it out, circle those shoulders backwards, and notice how you feel. So that was just over 20 minutes. It's about 22 minutes. And we did a nice variety of movements. So well done everybody. All right. So as we come back, I encourage you to pull your chair back up to the screen, and we're going to move on. I have some healthy habit secrets I'm going to be sharing with you. But as you get settled, grab some water. If you have a notepad, if you have a pen, grab that as well. And let me know how you're feeling. So you can post in the chat, let me know. How was that? Was that a good pace for you? Are you also like me? You've warmed up, feeling good? And I don't think Finley, oh, there he is. Finley didn't really move too much as to be expected. All right. All right, awesome. All right, feeling great. A post when we started, feeling wonderful, feeling great. Awesome, loosened up, very good pace. Yeah, it's amazing how, a short workout really can be effective, can really change so much. The 2 different exercises I showed you that I was really excited about were the shoulder opener, and to be able to compare and just see how much you could improve within minutes is pretty amazing. And then also leaning and reaching past your toe and improving flexibility. So you can see it doesn't take long to see results. And just in 20 minutes, we can do a lot. Great. All right, keep those comments coming. Great to hear. All right, awesome. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to move on to our presentation. And I want to mention we will be doing some Q&A at the end. So if you do have any questions, pop them into the chat. I'll get to them at the end of our session today. All right. Good. So give me a wave if you can see the screen. All right, awesome. So we did our 20-minute workout. We're feeling good. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the AIM Fitness story. I know some of you are brand new. You don't really know who I am. So I've been working with older adults ever since I was 12 years old. I started volunteering at the Pearly Rideau when I was really young. And over the next couple of years from there, I ended up doing more volunteer work. I worked full-time at a retirement residence for many years, and I studied psychology and gerontology. So I knew I wanted to work with the older population. And at the same time, throughout school, I was teaching fitness classes. So I started teaching aquafit, and then I moved to chair exercises for seniors. And then in 2013, I started my business, AIM Fitness. The reason I started it was I saw there was a huge gap in what was being offered for people over the age of 50. I found that there were a lot of people who were having to go to the gym even when they didn't like it, or they would go to the gym or pay for the gym and not actually go. But there were not lots of classes or options for older adults to help them exercise safely. So as I had more experience doing this, I realized, okay, this is something that I'm passionate about and I love. So I've been doing fitness for adults 50 plus now for 11 years as of October, full time. I started teaching when I was 17, so I won't tell you how old I am, but I've been teaching for a few years. And over the years, I've done one-on-one personal training. That was really the first thing I started with because a lot of our clients wanted to stay fit in their homes, but they didn't want to do the gym thing. So my team and I still do this. We go to people's homes, whether you live in a house or a condo. We do one-on-one or with couples, personal training to help you improve your strength and mobility and whatever goals you have. And then I'm out in the community. My team and I teach fitness classes in condos. So if you have a party room, we can come and lead a class for you. And over the years, I've gotten connected with Rogers TV. So I'm sure some of you have seen my show Fit Over 50 with Meg. And I've had the opportunity to be interviewed. And season 3 of Fit Over 50 has just been released as of yesterday. So if you do get Rogers, you can exercise with me in the mornings at 8:30 to 9 on channel 22. And the new season is going to be good. I'm really, really excited about it. So as soon as they are released on YouTube, I will be emailing that out to my email list. So if you have gotten the emails I've sent so far, you will get that email as well. So I want to ask you, this is a great place for us to start, is what motivates you? What motivates you to focus on your health, to think about exercising, to invest in your health and fitness? And please let us know in the chat what motivates you. So what I've noticed over the years is that people are motivated by so many different things. It's not just one thing. Now you'll see in the top corner, this is a picture of my husband and I as we are running in the marathon that took place during Ottawa race weekend. And I will tell you, I was very motivated in February when we signed up to train because I knew that running 42 kilometers without training was not going to happen. I knew I have to train for this. I want to do my best. I don't want to have to quit halfway. So I was really motivated. My husband and I would run 2 or 3 times a week. Sometimes in the snow, sometimes it was crazy weather as we were training. Other times it was really hot. And that motivated me. Having a date, knowing that this is what I'm doing, I'm competing in this race, really got me going. Now, I know others of you have a picture of a heart. Maybe it's you've been told you have heart disease or you have a medical condition that you've never had to deal with before, but you've had maybe a new diagnosis of osteoporosis, or your doctor has said, hey, if you don't lose weight, something worse could happen. So we can be motivated by our health. And then some of us are motivated for social reasons, right? We want to connect with other people. We want to get to know others. I know a lot of people who love coming to an exercise class, or they love exercising in person because you get to see other people. And then maybe you're motivated to stay in your home as long as possible. So for you, you want to be as independent as possible. You want to travel, but you want to stay where you live. And then others, sometimes we have to trick our brains, right? So I love this picture of this man who's on the treadmill, but he wants to get that donut. That is what is motivating him. So maybe that's your motivation. So it is good to know how we're motivated. All right, so I'm just gonna check out the chat. Staying strong and mobile, that's a huge one. Losing weight, wanting to improve your ability to do more physically, that's awesome. Recently diagnosed with osteoporosis, trying to find healthy ways to exercise, that's great. Yeah, the community, feeling strong and independent. Hip and back issues can be helped by daily exercises. It's awesome. So it's so good to know how you are motivated. And like, even as I read through the comments, you just see how we're all motivated in different ways. So I'm going to be sharing about some habits today. How do we take our fitness, these ideas, these concepts, and create a habit? So what is a habit? Habits are things that we do repeatedly, but you are often unaware that you do them. A constant, often unconscious inclination to perform an act, acquired through its frequent repetition. So sometimes we do things and we don't think about it. And, maybe a habit is scratching your head, or it's touching your nose, or brushing your teeth. There's so many things that we do without even thinking about. So what are some examples of good habits and bad habits? Feel free to let me know in the chat. We'll start with some good habits. What are some good habits that maybe you are currently doing or you want to do in the future? Let me know. So like this picture shows, here's a gentleman out for a walk. That's a really good habit to get into. And I know lots of people who really walk regularly, or this is something they want to start doing. And then bad habits, this other picture could be both, right? So it's a woman who's reading, but it could also be a bad habit and she's reading all night and she's not getting enough sleep. So it's interesting how sometimes habits can be good, and then sometimes we can push them to the extreme as well. All right, cooking from scratch. Oh yeah, that's a great habit. Setting a regular time or date for an identified goal. Love that, Karen. Do a stretching video each morning before I start my day. That's good, Diane. Healthy diets. Drink water. Yeah, a good habit is to do stretches every morning and night. Yeah, love it, Val. Bad habit, forgetting to drink water. Yeah. So as you can see, it's like there are some habits that can go both ways if we're not doing them. So I'm going to share 3 secrets to build healthy habits this fall. Number 1, in order to create a habit, we need to know what is it that we want to do. Sometimes I work with people and they don't really know what they want to work on. So we need to dig a little bit deeper. So I encourage you to get clear on your main fitness goal and write it down. So I work with a lot of people who are worried about falling, for example. And so for them, if you are worried about falling, maybe the best thing you can do is start to focus on balance exercises. So thinking about lifting your leg, like the last exercise we did, even the second last one where we were adding that kick, but thinking about engaging your core and then putting it into practice, writing it down and then making it a point to focus on your balance regularly. It's easy to get overwhelmed, and maybe you're sitting here today and thinking, you know what, I tried to get into shape in the past, I joined a class, I joined the gym, and I never went. So that's why I encourage you to get clear on what your main goal is for the fall. It's easy to get overwhelmed and to think, I need to do it all. Oh no, I haven't been drinking water. Oh no, Meg talks about walking. Oh no, I'm not using weights. So try to release any of that guilt that you might feel and instead focus on one thing. And I encourage you not to change too much at once. I work with this woman, and when we started doing personal training, she said, you know what, I'm going to exercise 4 mornings a week, 4 mornings a week. And I said, you know what, that's really ambitious. That's a great idea. But why don't we start with 2? And I was working with her 1 day a week. So that would be 1 day she'd be working on her own. And she said, oh, no, no, 2. I really am excited. I'm really motivated. I just want to do 4. So I said, well, you know what? Aim for the 2. If you do 4, write it down, let me know, then that's awesome, but consider that to be a bonus. Anyways, guess how long she lasted with her 4 mornings? She did 1 week, 1 week of 4 mornings a week. And then she said, I'm struggling doing 2. So when we try to change too much all at once, often we get overwhelmed, we end up throwing in the towel and we quit, which is not good. So instead, I encourage you start slow and then gradually add more over time. And remember, it does take time to build a habit. It takes about 30 days. So I encourage you to focus on your one main goal for those 30 days. So maybe for you, it is just exercising, getting back into that habit now that it's fall. And you say, you know what, if I can do three days, then that would be good. And that's your goal. All right. Tip number 2, secret number 2 is to choose a time of day that is your designated workout time. So this can be a game changer. I work with a lot of people who are very successful, and you'll hear from 3 of them a little bit later today and to hear about what they've done and some habit tips that they have. But honestly, I have to say, those who are successful and who end up exercising regularly really focus on this. So treat your workout time just as important as a doctor's appointment. If you need to miss it, then reschedule. So I'm sure you've had doctor's appointments before where, as soon as you hear from the doctor, you book it in your calendar, nothing is going to get in the way of that appointment. Think about your exercise time just as important as that. And this can be really helpful to help you prioritize and to just prove that this is so important. This is so important to me. Book your workout into your calendar. And this is really what leads people to be successful and to build habits. Now, set an alarm. Set an alarm as a reminder. So if you have an alarm clock like this, you can definitely use that. I tend to use my phone. If you have a smartphone, you can use that. And what I would say is create a reoccurring reminder, a reoccurring alarm. And you can set it to go off every day, let's say at 9 a.m., to remind you to do 15 minutes of stretching. Or you can set it in the afternoon, get up from the chair and walk around and do 10 minutes of balance exercises. Honestly, I think what happens a lot of the time is we have really good intentions, but we get busy, right? We get busy, we get really involved in what we're doing, whether it's, a project or we're engrossed in a book or some other habit, some other hobby. So we need to remind ourselves, and that's okay. Use Post-it notes on your mirror. This is another great idea. You can remind yourself, to stand straighter, engage your core, do those exercises that you want to do. Create a habit by exercising every day, not when you feel like it. I love this tip because often it does come down to our mood. And I know so many people who say things like, you know what, Meg, I really had good intentions. I wanted to exercise, but it was just so cold outside or it was way too hot and I just didn't want to do it. Other times it's, well, I'm stiff and I'm tired. I don't feel like stretching. And it's interesting that when we stretch, when we exercise, just like you experienced today, we actually feel better. It helps to release the tightness in our bodies. It releases happy hormones. So we actually feel mentally better when we exercise. So sometimes we don't want to do it, but the best thing we can actually do is to encourage ourselves in a gentle, kind way to exercise. So how much should we do? So we want to aim for 150 to 200 minutes of movement every week. Now, if you break it down, because that seems like a lot, it sounds like we're training for a marathon with those numbers. But if you break it down, that's 30 minutes of movement daily. And you can break it into 10 minutes at a time as well. So I do encourage people who are just getting started to think about what are those 10-minute blocks you can book in your day. What can you do? Morning neck stretches, stretching your shoulders. I encourage people to lift weights because as we get older, we do lose our muscle mass. That starts as early as in our 30s. And then after each decade, we lose between 2 to 8% of muscle mass. So it's really important to be doing resistance training. Using resistance bands. This can help us to build bone as well and to strengthen our bones if you have osteoporosis. We want to prevent falls with balance exercises. And then we want to think about what are those things we do? What are those hobbies like gardening, golfing, hiking? Think about doing some movement, doing some stretches before and after those activities. And then I like this example. This shows what 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise could look like. So 10 minutes of vacuuming, 20 minutes of dancing, 60 minutes of gardening, and 60 minutes of walking. So that just gives you an idea that it doesn't all have to be exercising, formal exercising, but there's so much more that we do as well. All right, my third tip for you today, and I love this one, this goes back to really being consistent, is create consistency with the 2-day rule. So if you haven't heard about what the 2-day rule is, what it says is that you should never miss 2 days in a row of the habit that you're trying to change. So in other words, if you wake up one day, say, okay, I'm motivated, I'm going to exercise. You exercise on Monday. The next day you wake up, oh, I don't really feel like exercising. I pulled a muscle. Okay, so you've missed one day. The next day you wake up, Wednesday, all right, I am going to force myself or encourage myself to exercise because I know this is best for me. So not skipping 2 days in a row is so important mentally. If we do, then it's just easy to keep skipping days. And trust me, I've heard from so many people over the years who do struggle with routine, and this can really help. Now, what we want to do then is to exercise as much as you can. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a full hour. All of the videos that I put together in my program, which I'll mention a little bit later, are between 20 and 30 minutes. So, I'm not asking you to exercise for hours and hours. But when we do create consistency, this helps us to feel good about ourselves. It helps to create small wins. And some of the wins I hear about from people are things like, well, Meg, I woke up with more energy. And I'm noticing that my exercise routine is energizing me throughout the day. I have others who say, you know what, I was able to get down on the floor and play with my grandkids and keep up with my kids on a recent vacation. So there's so many things that can really be attributed to exercising regularly. And then also when we get into that habit, it removes excuses. So like I mentioned earlier, excuses, it's too hot, it's too cold, I don't feel like it. It's easy to come up with those, but over time, you'll start to notice, oh yeah, that's an excuse. And then you can say, well, I'm going to do it anyway. And we have to force ourselves sometimes. We have to talk to ourselves. I say it's like having an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. And one is saying, you know what? You can do it. It's only 10 minutes. It's only half an hour. While the other says, oh, are you sure? Aren't you too tired? So we sometimes need to shut that one voice down and decide that, no, I'm doing this for me. All right, so at this point, I want to invite a few of my AIM Fitness Online members to share some of their healthy habit tips. So I'm going to invite Pam to share first. So I'm going to stop the share. Pam, you'll have to unmute yourself. And so the next few speakers who are going to share are my AIM Fitness Online members. So they're part of my online fitness membership. They've been with me for, oh goodness, I would say between 9 months and a few years. And I find it so helpful to hear from those who are doing it, who are committing to healthy habits and who are exercising regularly. All right, so Pam, okay, there you are. I'm going to spotlight you so everyone can see you. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Meg. I've been a member of AIM Fitness I'm in my second year, well into it, and it has made such a wonderful change in the quality of my life, which I had always exercised some, but especially not doing enough weight training or strength training. And so what I found is that I feel better, I have more flexibility, my stamina is good, and I didn't realize that my balance and my coordination were not as good as they should be. And so all of that's improved. Immediate results were I felt better mentally, psychologically, just coming out of the pandemic, all sorts of excuses about not going out to exercise. But with Meg, I really, and her team, I really wanted an expert because I have osteoporosis. So all of that has worked out really, really well. And the things that have helped me the most is making the commitment, number one. Number two, setting a time, just like Meg said, I'm a morning person. I need to start in the morning because it kind of sets the tone of my whole day. Designate a location and stick to that. I do that daily. And I have to put it on my calendar, just like, as Meg said, a doctor's appointment. It's a priority. And the other thing that I learned to do, because Meg says this, and I didn't really understand it at first, but snack on exercise. So what in the world does that mean? And when you join AIM Fitness, you get a calendar. And just as Meg said, you can do little bits. You can choose a video that's 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You can choose to stretch. You can choose to do a HIIT workout. But it counts, little bits all day long. And when I was working and largely sitting most of the day, I would come home and, oh, I'm so tired, I don't feel like doing anything. And so I'd go to my calendar, click on an exercise video, and I'm just ready to go. So it really, really does the trick. And I think the key is, as Meg said, everybody at times might have a setback, or you may have something else. You may be on vacation or whatever. Get back as quickly as possible. Don't miss 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome, Pam. Thank you so much for sharing that. Such practical tips. Yeah, and Pam has come so far. I remember talking to you in the beginning. You said, oh, I want to get started. And she is so dedicated. And it's incredible to hear. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
All right, I want to invite Val to join us next. All right, Val, where are you? There you are. All right, so Val, you are in the East Coast of Canada. Oh, and I can't hear you. You had your sound there? I can't hear you. I'll give you a second to connect, and in the meantime, I'll ask Bonnie to share. All right.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes.
Hi.
All right, I'm just trying to find you here on my screen.
I'm near the beginning.
There you are. All right.
First one who signed on.
There we go. There's Bonnie. All right. So Bonnie has been a member for how long? How long have you been?
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Bonnie has learned
not as long as your original members, but not too much after that. The first year of the pandemic, I was trying to do stuff with your YouTube and walking and stuff. And then I decided I needed a little bit more structure, and I really like to exercise where I'm watching somebody. I like to have a teacher in front of me. Okay. What I wanted to mention is from the very beginning, because you also speak about nutrition and good things to eat, and water, being more aware of drinking water. So for me, that's been my habit that I've been working on for 3.5 years. And I make sure that I have water in the room that I use. Like my exercise room is the computer room, and then right next door is where the TV is, so I can grab water from there. So I always have water there, and I always have water beside the kitchen sink, or the glass there, so I can have water on those two levels very quickly. And we have filtered water that's attached to our water system, so that's kind of nice. But I'd rather avoid using bottled water, so I also have purchased the little water bottle that I take with me when I go anywhere. And my mother-in-law, who's now 96 as of yesterday, one of the things we've been encouraging her to do, because she wasn't a water drinker, is she likes cold water, where I like more room temperature water. And so we put ice in a thermos that's like it's like a water bottle size, and then a little glass beside her, and she can keep refilling it. So that's a handy way to remind you, because it's right there. You don't have to get up and go to the sink. And for her, she has a walker, so that avoids any issues. My husband, he times the drinking of his water because he's got some issues with prostatitis and different things like that. So water is an important part of his health regime. And he actually warms his water up like you're drinking tea. So there's different people have cold water, room temperature water, or hot water. And when I go out, I always try to ask for water with a bit of lemon in it when I'm in a restaurant. And so those are ways I'm trying to keep water on the radar all the time. And I wasn't as much as I am now. And you can tell by the color of your urine whether you're successful or not. You know, if it's too dark, you're not drinking enough water.
That's awesome.
Okay, that's fine. 2 cents.
Thank you, Bonnie, for sharing. And it's nice to have those practical ideas. I hope people are making notes, because yes, often it's out of sight, out of mind, right? And especially for a lot of people, we don't think about drinking water until we're really thirsty. So I love those practical tips that you shared. So thank you. All right, Val, are you there? All right, if you're able to connect, Val, you can let me know, but I'm going to share my screen because we're going to finish up. We just have a few more slides here that I'm going to share before we are done. All right, so I love hearing these tips from people who are actively doing it. So what are the next steps? You've come here today, you joined in. I hope you're feeling great. I hope you're feeling really motivated. Now, maybe you need some accountability. Are you looking for guidance geared to your needs and your level of fitness? It's hard to do things on our own. And often when we do attend a webinar like this, we are feeling good, we feel motivated, but it doesn't always last. I encourage you to find a class for adults 50 plus, not 20 plus. There are big differences in what you'll experience in a class for people who are much younger. And then learn about how you're motivated. We talked about that at the beginning. You know, what motivates you to focus on your health? And then at the end of the day, we just need to start. We need to begin. So I'd love to help you improve your health. I really have to say, this is not only my job, this is my passion to help people. And I love helping people gain strength and mobility for everyday tasks. I love helping people get motivated to move more so that upcoming trips are more enjoyable, so they can walk further, they can do more, they can see more. I love helping people feel more energized so that they have the energy to spend time with their family, with their loved ones, and with those that they enjoy doing things with. And then I also love to help people improve their balance so that you're not worried about going out in the winter, you're not worried about going up and down stairs, but you feel more confident in what you do. So I'd love to tell you before we finish up about the AIM Fitness Online membership. So both Pam and Bonnie and Val are all members. The online fitness membership is a program that I put together at the beginning of the pandemic. So when things got shut down, I said, okay, how can I help more people exercise at home safely when they're not leaving their homes? And the membership has grown and it's expanded since then. So this membership is really to help you reach your fitness goals in really simple ways. So I've put together 20 to 30-minute workouts, so very similar to the one we did today. And also I have a whole advanced stream of videos. So the picture down below shows you an advanced core, back, and neck exercise workout. So the advanced videos are a little bit longer than the standard videos, but you can pick and choose when you do them. So here's a sample of the calendars that I put out each week. So every Monday, I send an email out to my AIM Fitness Online members, and I send them the workout of the week. So the calendar on your left shows the standard program. So I encourage people who are just getting started to focus on exercising 3 to 4 days a week. Every Sunday, I include a health video. So this includes tips on nutrition, including simple eating routines, how to prepare healthy, balanced meals, the importance of protein in your diet, and all about vitamin B. So it's a well-balanced program because you can exercise and then also learn about nutrition too. And then the calendar on the right shows the advanced calendar. So people like Pam and Bonnie, who've been around for a few months, we'll say a few months to a few years, have now added in extra workouts, extra days that they exercise. So the advanced videos are between 25 to 35 minutes in length. There's a few days that have back-to-back videos, so that gives you a longer workout. So you can have more of a 45, 50-minute workout. And I have videos for every day of the week. Now, this is not a place to start. So if you're just starting, you don't want to push yourself to do every day if that's too much, but it's a place to build and to expand. And what people love about this program is you don't have to do every day, but you can pick and choose. So for example, we have one of the advanced videos is an advanced cardio, core, and glute exercise workout. And that one is 24 minutes. We have some kitchen table exercises for 17 minutes. And we have an advanced cardio kickboxing workout for 18 minutes. So the videos really are doable, really can fit them in around the day. So I want to show you a short video because I have created a 14-day trial. I know there's a lot of people who want to focus on improving their health and they say, okay, the membership sounds really good, but I want to try it out. Is there a way I can try it out? So I am offering a brand new 14-day trial only for $14 Canadian. And then for those of you in the US, it's only $10 for those 14 days. So I'm going to share this. I can share the video. Okay, here we go. Are you young at heart, but sometimes you find your body just doesn't keep up the way it used to? If you or someone you know could benefit from exercises that you can do right at home, then click the link right below in the description.
My name is Meg Stickle, and I've put together a 14-day membership trial for you to experience our online video program for adults 50 plus. The program has been designed for people with osteoporosis, those with hip and knee pain or weakness, for those who want to exercise safely at home. Sign up today for the 14-day trial for only $14 Canadian.
I would love to help you achieve your fitness goals with AIM Fitness, helping aging adults regain mobility, independence, and peace of mind.
All right.
Are you young at heart, but sometimes
We're stuck. All right. At this point, Val, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can. Yes, I'm going to stop the share. And
I'm so sorry. I was doing it on my laptop and for whatever reason it wouldn't work. So I switched to my tablet.
oh, no worries.
Yeah.
Good, good. All right. I'm just going to pull you up beside me and then we'll have you share your healthy habit tips. All right, there she is. All right, good. Glad it worked.
Well, thank you, Meg. And I just want to say that this has become one of my friends, AIM Fitness, and the ability to be able to do this from home, because of course I can't be in any of them personally, because I'm not in the Ottawa area. So I joined AIM Fitness. I'm in my second year, and it has been a challenge to get the habits built and start being more serious about it, because I certainly know the value of it, particularly after the fall I had. And had I not had my core strength, I would have been in so much trouble. So I really am focusing lots on the stretches. I do them every morning. I do them every night before I go to bed. And I even do some of them, because you have some that you can actually do before you get out of bed or sit on the edge of your bed. They have been so helpful to really provide that for me. I really work as well with two of your snack on exercise. One are my weights. I have them during the day in areas that I will be. And one is on my island and the other's on my coffee table. So if I'm sitting there, I get up, take my weight, do a few reps as I'm going to the next room. And then remember to pull in your core as you walk through the door. I'm now to the point where I am doing at least 2 exercises a week, and I'm doing the stretches every day. And the addition in the mobility and how I feel is incredible. So I want to thank you. It means we have an opportunity to perhaps stay healthy or remain not, so that we aren't able to move as we get older. And that's just so crucial. So I thank you. It's just a great opportunity for these people like me who are over 50.
Thank you for sharing that, Val, and great tips. I love how you leave your weights out and you exercise as you can throughout the day. So practical. And I know, you shared that it has been a journey. It's been a struggle for you to get into that habit. So congratulations on that. Yeah, it takes time. And I think, often we think that it doesn't take time, that, oh, I can do it on my own. But I'm sure many of us can relate to the struggle of getting into that habit and then being consistent. All right, so I just have one more page to share, and then we're going to go from there. All right, so as a thank you for being here today, I would love to offer all of you who are here live or watching the replay a free download. So this is a document to help you build and to focus on those healthy habits. I'm a list person. I love making lists. I love writing things down. And I do find that if we have something right in front of us, it can be really helpful to keep us on track. So in this document, you can write down what your habit is that you're wanting to focus on, write down some encouraging words, write down what your goals are so you can make your plan. And then we have our weekly plan. So you can write down what are you going to do, and then you can check it off once you do it during the week. So there's these little boxes here. So this will be a PDF document, so you can either download it and print it off or just keep it on your computer. Or you can even, a lot of people like to create their own. So even if you have a piece of paper or a notebook, you can recreate this on your page that you already have. Now, along with that, I would love to invite you to reach out if you do have questions. So I do offer a 15-minute health consultation on the phone if you do want to chat a little bit more about your goals. And then, of course, if you do want to join our AIM Fitness Online membership, you can join for 3 months, 6 months, or for a full year. So it's not just the 14-day trial, but that is offered to new members. So new people who want to try it out, then please do. It's a really great way to do it. But if you do want to join for a longer term, and this is speaking to you, you know, it's just time for you to dive in, you need some support, you want to be part of the community that these ladies are a part of, then we'd love to have you join us. All right, so we're going to finish up here with some Q&A. So if anyone has a question, feel free to pop that into the chat, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Like, I can't find anything now. What the hell did I do with it?
Oh, I don't know if that's a question or what.
Hi, Meg.
Hello.
I have a question. I posted it in the chat early on. What exercises do we need to warm up to do, as opposed to the ones we can just do anytime? Like I do heel raises, sit to stand, balance, core exercises, all without warming up. But you say to do weights with warm-ups, right?
So I would recommend even doing sit to stands, doing anything. It's good to warm up your body ahead of time. Especially as people get older, you may notice that you're tighter, that you are stiff. So if you wake up and you just start moving right away, doing a vigorous movement or an exercise, it is more possible to injure yourself. So just like we started with, we did some side steps, you know, swing your arms, do some walking if you're in an apartment or a house, you know, going up and down stairs or walking through the rooms, reaching up overhead, doing different movements if you know you are going to be using weights, reaching out, circling our shoulders backwards like we did. All of those things can help. But it's again, a healthy habit is to warm up first. And this summer I was talking to someone who's an avid golfer, and he said, Meg, I never warm up before golf. I never even thought about it. And I have injured myself a number of times. I have a bad shoulder. He said, you know what? I think this would be worth doing. So now he's starting to warm up before he plays golf. So that's what I would recommend. So great question, Glenda. All right, any other questions? All right. So for people not on the Zoom, can we do the 14-day trial? Yes, absolutely. So if you're thinking about someone, you think, you know what, this would be a great option for someone I know. I have, Bonnie didn't mention it, but her and her sister both are members, and often they get together and they'll exercise together. And it's nice to be able to do this with a friend, because accountability, we know, is so important. So definitely, this is an offer that is going to be on my website, so you can share the links. And I'm just gonna pop those into the chat.
When is the 14-day trial starting?
So the 14-day trial will start as soon as you sign up. So I'm gonna pop it into the chat. Just a sec here.
How do we join?
Yes, so I will take you to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send an email, because I have all of the links and all of the information. I'll send you an email later today that will have the replay, and then that will have the sign up link. And once you sign up, once you pay, you'll get an automatic email sent to you, and then you'll have that document. So the document, which you saw in the video, has all of the exercises for the 2 weeks. So then what you can do is then decide what days you want to exercise and click on the video of the day. All right, Elizabeth, I'm taking the strength and balance course on Thursdays. How does that work with the online membership? Is there an option for me, and how does it work with the other class? Okay, awesome. So I have a lot of people who join my classes, and because the Zoom classes are once a week, so it's a 45-minute once a week class, what the membership includes and gives you that you don't get with the class is you get access to 200 plus videos. So as I showed you, I've laid them out in a calendar so you won't get overwhelmed. So you'll know exactly what to do. So if you're doing a class, continue with the class, because that is awesome. And that can be motivating to do it live. But then being part of the membership gives you access to all these videos that you can do at other times of the week. As I mentioned, it also includes nutrition videos. So if you are interested in eating better, you're looking for some guidance around that, you'll have that. And then just as we are here today on Zoom, we meet regularly with our members. So we'll meet once or twice a month. We chat about the theme of the month. So our themes are often, how to build healthy habits, how to improve our balance, and we'll get together in person as well for those of you in the Ottawa area. So we do have upcoming events, both on Zoom and in person, coming up in October. So really I'd say the membership really gives you that community. So if you're looking to connect with people who are wanting to improve their health, just like you, there's opportunities to chat, you get support from me and from other members. So it's a very positive community. So I hope that answers your question, Elizabeth. All right.
Hi, for clarification, the online 14-day, you have the option of regular or advanced, or is it just regular exercise?
Yes, so how I've put the sessions together for the 14-day trial is the first week of exercises. So there's 3 days, and I've put it every 2 days, so it's not too overwhelming. Is the first 3 days are the standard program, the standard videos. Now in each workout, just like today, I give options. So, I'll say option 1, do this, option 2, challenge yourself and do that. The second week, I've put the advanced videos. So there's 3 days, the second week of advanced exercise videos. So this gives you an idea as to what's a good fit for you. Now, when you join as an AIM Fitness Online member after the 14-day trial, you have access to both videos. So you can access the standard calendar that I email out and also the advanced calendar. So I have a lot of people, a lot of members who say, you know what, I really, I want to just really focus on the standard exercise videos first. But then they start to notice, oh, I'm improving. I want to challenge myself. And then they might add in 1 or 2 of the advanced workouts during the week. So the good news is it's really up to you. You can push yourself as hard as you want, or you can really ease into it. Yeah, so great question.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you'll be sending out all this information via in email?
Yes, yeah. So I'll do that later today. I will send out the information. So, and maybe this isn't a good fit for you, but maybe you're thinking about somebody, or maybe you think, you know what, this would be a perfect thing to do with a neighbor or a friend. So share the information with them too. I really rely on word of mouth to get the word out about what we do. And as you heard the ladies share today, this is changing people's lives. And it's having a huge impact. I had no idea when I came up with this idea, which was, to create an online membership. I had no idea what it would turn into. And what it's become is it's become this positive, encouraging community of people who are wanting to stay fit, wanting to stay independent, and excited to really focus on their health and do something to make them feel better. All right, and then from Chris, the question is the in-person session tomorrow still going ahead at Britannia? Yes, Yes, so I want to mention something. Those of you who are NAFR members, so if you're a member of the National Association of Federal Retirees, you do get a discount on the membership. So you can, if you are interested in joining and you're a NAFR member, let me know because there is a special code for you. All right, so with that, we're going to.
Excuse me, one more
Oh, yes,
question.
one more question.
Okay, when you have the 3 months, 6 months, and a year, how do you start a specific time for the 3 months? Or like if I started, because I'm traveling in October, can I start November, December, January for 3 months? Or is it January, February, March, and then April, May, June? You know, how do you set this up?
For sure, really good question. So as soon as you register, that's when your membership starts. So if you are traveling, let's say you're away, for the next few months and you want to postpone, then you can let me know and I can add that to your file so that you'll just have access starting when you want. But I do want to let you know that I do close the membership registration. So right now it looks like it's going to be closing at the end of October. And the reason I do that is I want to bring people on who are ready to go, or ready to exercise, and then we can focus on getting to know each other. We can build that community and I can encourage my members. So the membership will be closing at the end of October. But then if you did want to register in November, you can get on our waiting list because the membership will open up again for registration in January. But we do close it, so it's not, you can't register all the time.
Okay, so if you register by the end of October, then you start, is the 3 months then to be November, December, January, correct?
That's right. Yeah. So it's 3
Okay.
consecutive months.
Okay.
A lot of our members, if you are traveling, you can still do these exercises when you're away, because all you need is either a phone or a laptop or, internet access, and then you can fit the workouts when you go traveling. I know Bonnie has done this. You go often to Halifax to visit family, and she sent me pictures of exercising in the hotel room and doing that when she's away. So we've lots of snowbirds as well, lots of people who travel and they are able to fit it in when they're gone. So because the videos are so short, it really is doable to do when you travel. All right, and Elizabeth, yes, I will share the cost of all the levels of the online membership. It ends up being about $50 a month Canadian. American, it's closer to $35 a month when you break down the cost. And the longer you sign up for, the more of a discount you get. So if you sign up for a full year, you end up saving about $20. All right, good. Any other questions before we finish up? Good. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much for exercising with me. And I hope this has been really valuable. I hope that not only did you learn something new, but that you can take 1 or 2 of these healthy habit tips and you can implement it right away. And I would absolutely love to help you this fall. So do stay tuned. I will send out an email later today with information on how you can join if you want to try out and do the 14-day trial, or if you're just ready to jump in. That would be awesome. Good. Thank you, everybody. Nice to see you. Nice to see all your smiling faces. And thank you for participating too. It's been a really fun morning. All right. So have a wonderful day, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, Finley's lifted his head. So he's also saying, good job. All right. Take
Just
care, everyone.
Another quick question. Is there room on tomorrow's Britannia session?
Oh, are you a NAFR member?
I am, but
Okay.
I was thinking about for a friend. Is there room for a friend who's a non-member?
Yes, yeah, you'll just have to register them just so we have numbers. So if you go
Okay.
on NAFR Ottawa website,
Okay.
sign them up. But
Okay.
yes, yeah, we'd love to have them come too. That would be awesome.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.